Goody!
Alright, what's up everybody? It is Zombies here again. And today we have new mercenary info. So hopefully if the patch goes up as it usually does, 1 p.m. EST on Tuesdays, today, Tuesday, November 30th, we have some new mercenaries joining us and being added to the mercenary pack pool. So we're going to be going over those. Now keep in mind there are 4 new mercenaries being added. 3 of them are coming today in this new patch, and then 1 of them is coming a little bit later in 1 week's time when the expansion releases, because I believe she is part of the Tavern Pass, Battle Pass type of thing. So she's going to be launching with that, and you can get her, and I believe some skins for her as well with that, but we'll be going over that when we get to her. To start off though, we have the most exciting mercenary of the bunch, in my opinion, and also probably the most broken, Valera Sanguinar. So Valera is awesome, and I'm a little biased here because I definitely am a rogue main in Hearthstone, and I do love my rogue decks, and Valera is just such a cool character. I've always loved her art and all that stuff, emotes, and they really did not disappoint with the art for her or her abilities. Her abilities are pretty insane. So taking a look at those, basically her stat line, she is a fighter. She is a 1373, so pretty solid stats there. Then if we look at her abilities, we have Sinister Strike, gain plus 10 attack this turn and attack the lowest health enemy. Combo, gain stealth. So that's really cool. I don't know if we've seen stealth in mercenaries yet. I don't think we have. I wonder if that just screws up targeting, or if it can also screw up random targets as well, preventing random targeting, or if it works like regular Hearthstone where you just can't normal target it. So that'll be interesting to see. Then we have Ambush, 6 speed ability, deal 10 damage, and if this Merc was stealth, deal 25 instead. So that's pretty big, because if you combo this by getting stealth set up on the first turn, then you can zap something. If it's a caster, you can zap it for 50, which is pretty nuts. That's some big damage. And then her last ability, Fan of Knives, is probably the coolest in my opinion. 7 speed, deal 7 damage to all enemies. Your other mercs are 3 speed faster next turn. So that's really big. We've seen the impact with things like cairne and Diabloe in terms of boosting a mercenary's worth of turn by 3 speed. It's really big. So yeah, and one thing worth noting is Valera is a blood elf in terms of her like race, class, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, she's really exciting. Looking at her equipment here, we have Shadow Dagger. Ambush is 3 speed faster and gains Death Blow, gains stealth. So that's pretty interesting. That gets Ambush down to a 3 speed, which is very, very reasonable. And if you can get a kill with it, you can keep yourself stealthed for next turn to combo with it again. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. Then there is Hidden Paths. Passive, whenever a friendly character loses stealth, give them plus 6 attack. So she definitely is all about the stealth here, it seems. A lot of stealth synergy. And then last but not least, we have Unnatural Smoke. Passive, when this Merc has stealth, friendly characters are 4 speed faster. So that's really insane, because if you're already going for some stealth combos by using Sinister Strike and Ambush, then you're also boosting your other Merc's speed. So if you combine this with like Fan of Knives into stealthing yourself the next turn, that could just be like really crazy in terms of speed manipulation. And as we've seen, speed manipulation is very strong. So I expect Valera to see a lot of play, and I am very much looking forward to playing with her. really happy she is coming with, I believe, the patch today. Her and the next two we're going to go over should be live as of the release of this video. So that's really exciting. Next, we have Sky Admiral Rogers. So this was actually kind of cool. Mullahu got to reveal the full art for this one on Twitter. So that was really cool. Definitely go check him out over there. One of our co-hosts on the podcast. But yeah, Sky Admiral Rogers. So one thing that is important to note about this one, it's an epic, and it is actually not a pirate. This is a human, or at least that is what the patch notes said, which is really surprising given the name and the outfit there. You'd think it'd be a pirate, but it seems to be a human. So we're going to go over her stats and abilities here. She is 1176. So, and she's a caster. So we're getting another caster here. The first ability is Sky Guard. Gain +5 attack. Attack an enemy. If it's a pirate, gain immune while attacking this turn. So that's kind of cool. She's like some anti-pirate tech. So if the pirates ever become meta, I guess she's a little bit of a pirate check. And it's pretty neat that we have a caster attacking, as I don't know if we have any other casters that do that yet. Most of the casters have not been units that physically attack into other units. Then next ability is Master Tactician. 2 speed, deal 12 damage to an enemy or restore 12 health to an ally. It goes next. That's really interesting. I wonder if it goes next. I'd imagine the it goes next part applies to both if you target a friendly or an enemy. So there's a lot of potential here for that. Like, you could screw up a combo here potentially by making moves go out of order, like by making like a King Crush attack first, or something else that kind of it involves 2 units comboing together, like messing up Bellin and Anduin Holy Nova combo. So that's pretty interesting. I like the design of that a lot, and it's 2 speed, so it should definitely be fast enough to get things off. Then we have Firing Position. Deal 20 damage to all enemies that have already acted. So this is kind of neat. This kind of, it rewards you for being slow, for getting more damage, and I kind of like that because I think we need to see more designs like that. Like, slow characters aren't inherently bad, but they need something to help make up for the fact that they are so slow and they're going to be going second most of the time. So I like it potentially packing a bigger punch, even though it's a little conditional. And with the equipment, we have a Swashbuckling Sash. Skyguard gives an additional +5 attack, so it goes from +5 attack to +10 attack. That's a pretty big difference in terms of scaling. Scaling matters a lot in Mercenaries, so that could be pretty good potentially. Master Tactician, Ship's Bell makes Master Tactician deal 4 more damage and makes the target go last. Oh, okay, well that's awesome. That's a really insane. So depending on how you want to build this, that's like a counter potentially. Oh, I really like that, because you could make it so it goes last and it deals more damage. So if you want to like zap your opponent's Diabloe, even being sped up, it'll go last, like if that's how that works. So it'll only get 1 tick off. That's really cool, and I really like that. I really hope we see some play with this, because that's such a sick ability. I really like this. And then Scout's Spyglass. So it's a passive. After this Merc attacks, deal 4 damage to all enemies. Deals critical damage to pirates. Wow. The pirate hate is strong with this one, which is really ironic. I guess she's like a pirate hunter. I guess that kind of makes sense. But that's cool. That's pretty neat. You get a little mini AoE after you attack. Really neat design for a caster all around. Definitely like this one a lot. I'm excited to experiment with this. And then last but not least for our initial 3 Mercs that are available today is Trigord the Lasher. So Trigord is actually the character who we got his backlash ability previewed just a few hours before the patch notes went live. And we actually got kind of baited by the art. We thought it was going to be the dwarf or the guy holding the axe, but it's actually the beast that he's fighting in the artwork. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, Trigord the Lasher is a protector, 10 attack, 80 health, and he's a beast, that's worth noting. So we do have some synergy there for beasts potentially. His first ability is Frenzied Attack, 7 speed, attack an enemy. If this took damage this turn, deal 12 damage to a random adjacent enemy. So that's pretty cool. Since it's going slower, you are more likely to get that additional proc, which can be kind of nice. And I think this could be kind of good as... Let's see, can you buff the damage at all? You can buff the damage with Infused Amber, it looks like, but it's still not enough. I was thinking you could kill Eudora Cannon, but it doesn't look like it's enough to do that on its own, unfortunately. But still, cool ability, definitely interesting. Then Backlash, next time an enemy damages an adjacent ally this turn, gain +5 attack and deal this Merc's attack damage to them. So that's pretty cool. I like that quite a bit because it's a protector that is not smashing in with its face, which is good because I think we need more of those. And then his last ability here is Regrow Head. This Merc takes critical damage this turn. At the end of next turn, restore this Merc to full health. Wow, that's really interesting. This is kind of like high risk, high reward, where if you can set up a scenario where you know he's not going to die, or he can be protected by a taunt and can't be sniped or something, then you can just set up to fully heal him, and you can kind of focus on buffing him, and then just have him run away with the game with that full heal. So that's pretty cool. Definitely high risk, high reward kind of ability there. And then with his equipment, Infused Amber, Frenzied Attack deals 4 more damage. Razor Claw, Backlash gives an additional +4 attack. So, interesting. Those are both not too bad. And then Regenerative Scales. Regrow Head restored 16 health the turn it is cast. So that's good. That makes it a little bit less risky because you do get initial return on your investment for healing up and can take a little bit more damage so you can survive to that next turn for full health. It'll be interesting to see if that's actually usable in game or not. But I definitely foresee some people trying some fun wombo combos with Mr. Smite and Cornelius and this new addition here. I am curious if he could do anything in Beasts, but it doesn't seem like he has a ton of Beast synergy on his own, but it could be interesting to see maybe like with someone like Anacondra buffing him up. Maybe that could work out in an interesting way. We'll have to see once we get these Mercs leveled and ready for PvP. But that is the last of the initial 3 Mercs we got here. We are getting one more Merc who I am going to go over here, but one important thing to remember is she is not yet obtainable, at least as far as I'm aware. You cannot get her in packs or anything like that yet, and that is Vanessa Van Cleef. She's actually most likely going to be a part of the Battle Pass that is releasing with the expansion. You'll probably be able to get her through other methods too, like opening packs, but you can't get her right away. So if you are like me and you have a bunch of packs saved up, don't open all your packs if you want to open her via packs, because you can only get the first 3 right away, and she will be available on the 7th, as well as it looks like her skins are going to be in the Battle Pass, so that's pretty exciting. I'm all for more ways of getting mercenary skins, especially legendary skins, because they are rather rare and hard to come by, and they look really great. But yeah, moving on to the character here, Vanessa Van Cleef. She is a pirate, so we are getting one additional pirate this set. I thought it would be 2 with the Admiral, but the Admiral looks like she is actually anti-pirates, so all about the regular human life. But Vanessa here, I think she has some really interesting designs. She's a 1075 pirate, and she's the first character, I believe, that actually can steal attack from an enemy, like you can do in the PvE sections. So her first ability, 7 speed, Burgle Barrage, attack an enemy, combo, steal 5 attack from them. So that's quite a lot of attack, because you have to think that's a 10-point swing, because they're losing 5 attack and you're gaining 5 more damage output. So that can really add up. Another thing to remember with Vanessa is that she is a pirate, so she might make it so Edwin starts seeing more play, because all her abilities can be boosted by, I believe it's 4 speed, by being next to Edwin. So that could make some of these way, way better abilities, like our next one here, Makeshift Weaponry, spend all stolen attack to deal that much damage to all enemies. So it's kind of like a Blade Flurry-like effect, where you build up attack over time with your main attack, and then you get to kind of use that all up as a big AoE. And if you combine it with Edwin, that's 0 speed AoE, so that's really strong potentially. And then her last ability here is Shifting Satchel. Deal 16 damage to an enemy, give +1 cooldown to an ability they did not use this turn. So I'm really curious how this is going to work, because if you do speed this up with something like Edwin and make it a 1 speed or 2 speed, or however faster is the point, let's say you use it before the opponent uses their move for the turn, can it hit any of their moves, even the one they selected that turn? Will the game know which they selected and only hit one of the others? I don't know, so I'm curious to see how that works. But either way, I do like seeing more abilities that kind of mess with cooldown here, and I just like seeing more pirates. Her art is really awesome, and I'm happy we're supposedly getting it through the Tavern Pass stuff, so I don't have to rely on random packs or stuff to get it, because she has some really, really cool artwork, as we see on the page here. But with her equipment, Dread Blades 4, Burgle Barrage is 4 speed faster and always combos, so that's really cool, not having to worry about setting up combos as much. That's also really huge, because if you're comboing with Edwin, that basically makes it so you get a 0 speed Burgle Barrage off if you have that equipment on, and then you can use that for other combos, which is really nice. But yeah, the fast speed is really, really good, and I think we needed another kind of solid protector unit like this, because protectors are definitely not as represented in the current meta outside of cairne being the main one. And then her other equipments are extra pockets. After using Makeshift Weaponry, this Merc keeps up to 5 attack, so that's kind of nice. You don't lose all your attack when you go off for your main AoE damage there. But I do think the first one is definitely better. And then Blade Catcher, passive, whenever this Merc is attacked, steal 4 attack from the attacker. So that's really cool, but in the current meta, not quite as much direct attacking at least, going on right now. So I think that's a little bit too situational, but again, really like seeing the steal attack ability implemented into a character that can be used in PvP rather than just being a PvE bonus. But yeah, that is all the new Mercs we are getting for now. Reminder that the first 3 I showed here today, those should be available now with the most recent patch that just went live today. And Vanessa will be available in 1 week when the new expansion launches. I don't know if she's going to be part of having to pay for the Battle Pass, or if you get it free with it. We'll have to wait and see, because that is not fully revealed yet. But either way, really excited for it. Really excited for these new Mercs. Gonna get to grinding, leveling them up, and I will hopefully have some gameplay, guides, all that kind of stuff about these guys up real soon as possible. And if you want some more discussion about these new mercenaries and their potential implications in the meta, definitely check out the Fighting Pit podcast. We are a weekly show talking all things mercenaries, PvP, and in the community. And we're certainly going to have a lot to say about these mercenaries this week because they look really powerful and really exciting. So look forward to that, and you can catch that here on YouTube. Airs at 12 p.m. noon EST every Friday, and it also goes up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The links for those will be available in the description. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It does really do a lot to help the channel grow and makes making videos that much more enjoyable for me. So if you're enjoying it, really do appreciate it. But that's going to do it for this time. Until next time, I'll see you later.